I feel like the Super Bowl wasn't. It didn't feel like a Super Bowl this year. It just felt so underwhelming. I like the halftime show a lot. That was cool to see some OGs back on the stage. I think collectively as a society, every piece of our culture is going to recite the authentic figures / creations of that before it, of what is the modern generation. So music, art, politics, comedy. I think people are going to start paying some respect and appreciation towards those from like the 40s to the late 90s, and then everything kind of took a shit going into the 2000s. So I feel like the Super Bowl doing what they did was a piece of evidence for that. All right, let's see what this fucking joke of a market has for us today. I really can't see chat. This is terrible. Let me put this over here. Amy is trying. Jimbo is also trying. Yo, Elite, how you doing, man? Good morning, good morning. Choppy when rippy. Hopefully soon. I'm playing the whole prediction game very conservatively. I think we're at the cusp of something big. But we need conditions to accelerate. I think this is looking good. I can't say definitively yet. Okay, you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it is looking good. I hope Melvin Capital drops the time on Citadel. That whole entire deal was a joke. Whatever they did last year was complete bullshit. Bear trap, too many people in puts. Market maker's not going to let retail know when the crash is coming. I full-heartedly agree with that, actually. How many years of salary do I need to make on AMC before quitting my job? Well, I'm a Zoomer and have no level of awareness as to what a budget or any form of personal finance forecasting involves, so I can't give you the answer on that. I kind of fly by the seat of my own pants. Feds are currently interrogating? No, don't say that. Astro, I want at least one. Go, bitch! From you today. I'll make sure it happens. That was when we realized Wyckoff is everywhere. Ortex saying today? That is a great question. Let's see what Ortex say. GameStop's SI is up 3.5% at 22.7%. That's incredible because they're at 100% utilization. AMC is up 0.5%, sitting at 21.69%. Nice. Interessante. Wait, what's the cost to borrow? Cost to borrows are pretty flat. GameStop's actually kind of jumping up a little bit. I need to figure out a way where people can make predictions. Like every day you can make a prediction in the chat, and if it hits, great. If it doesn't, you get a 24-hour ban. I think that would be fun. Amy fucking hitting the floor, hopefully. Sick of smeckleheads not knowing what the fuck they're talking about and giving false dick risers. This is true. I've actually got a video going up soon that addresses some of that. Yo, 50 Cal, what up, man? This is fucking ridiculous, man. This is so fucking ridiculous. I don't get it. I really don't get it. This is insanity. This is fucking insanity. Bro, where's Dave? I need Dave to call for more downside on SPY. I don't know how SPY didn't just fucking roundhouse kick the floor with its face, but I don't know. J-Pal. Rate hikes coming in March for sure. So, neat. Just fucking incredible, dude. Fucking incredible. Thanks, Goose. Hey! Bam loves BlackBerry. Yeah, it's... I don't know if you've heard or seen Dave's theory on BlackBerry, but it's been an accumulation for like 8 years, so... And it holds. Like, BlackBerry's chart is fucking incredible. If you subscribe to Whack Off, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. Like, this thing has been accumulating for a long time. This is on the weekly chart. Like... Composite Man's really happy with this one. Amy! Come on, bitch! Astro, will you be my Valentine? No! Fuck! Wait. The caption is, the Fed trying to lift the economy without crashing the market. What the fuck? Why are there fucking Crocs at the end? What the fuck? Alright. That's enough Twitter for today. Okay, guys, let's, how about we, have a little change of pace? How about we say some nice things about Matt just a couple times so that when I make these tweets of screenshots from you fucking asshats, that, we can redeem ourselves a little bit. So let's say something, let's have a nice couple few words about Maddie. And, maybe we can preserve some... The closest thing of nice sentiment that I've read is basically just a reverse insult. For example, Matt Kors has a handsome micro penis. Matt Kors is a power bottom. 50 cal, love you more. Y'all are fucking ruthless. Fucking ruthless. Matt Kors will be in the secret Fed meeting representing strong betas. I'm gonna guess that this Fed meeting, this secret or unexpected Fed meeting, is the one that has ever been announced. I'm sure there have been tons that they never said they were gonna do that have happened. Matt Kors, Sigma Chad, power bottom dude, retail investor dog, like yeah, dude, like trade stocks, dude. Kors is sassier than Kanye. Don't insult Kanye like that. Matt, the type of dude that has a Pornhub account with his full name.
Motherfuckers. All right. In today's episode of the fucking dick sucking in the metaverse.
Yo, you silly motherfucker.
When it started to distribute down inverse, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Hey, what's going on, all my crazy trim methodized barbecue motherfuckers?
This dude's flooring it in a fucking Honda Civic, dog.
So I'm gonna post it to YouTube and Twitter. So
What's going on, my little sexy mother?
That's cringe as fuck, dude. Don't ever do that again.
What's going on, my silly little motherfuckers?
Alright, Joey, I gotta ask you a question. What's 2 plus 2?
4,
4?
I think.
Trust me, it's fine. I know a guy.
Banking on that implied volatility going up on that. You know how it is. Ooh, you know.
Hello, my sexy motherfuckers.
this is not financial advice, but this is extremely important, and people need to see this. So,
Sexy motherfuckers. Just wanted to stop in. Listen, let me say. You
I
to
have
understand.
told Trey how to fix his fucking New York accent, and he won't fucking listen. He sounds like an autistic godfather.
Where things kind of went left, right, was where you had the big Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson dildo in the back.
Just call it a fucking makeshift cock.
Now that was just, I mean, it was hard to miss. I honestly think he put that there on purpose. He probably just wanted to razzle dazzle
Looks like a fucking steering wheel from a monster truck.
people a little bit. I think it worked, but nonetheless, I think the impression that he started doing with the whole, loot act and the I think it was pretty on point. But let's keep it going.
I bet you like a cat. Yeah. You have to understand when I say the play's over. It's done.
What the fuck is it? Was he committing a robbery? Was he smoking crack in the neighborhood? Fucking cat.
That's fucking solid.
What's going on, my little motherfuckers? All right.
Solid. I prefer my version that sounds like a distressed Indian battle cry. But solid.
Please.
Give me my goddamn straw! Please! Thank you, cunt.
Every time you scream at me, you know what I'm gonna do, motherfucker? You know what I'm gonna do to you, motherfucker? I'm gonna do this.
Hey!
Oh,
That sounded like a fucking... I'm gonna fucking kill you. Stop the Lou hate? How did you interpret any hatred from that, you fucking dimwit? You're so feeble-minded. Jesus Christ, dude. Do you take red lights as an insult? In about a year, you'll figure out all these don't buy call options YouTubers like Lou were an enemy. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's literally what the video that's going up after the stream is about. Is the options FUD. Any of these fucking dimwits who have tried labeling options as this horrible thing that is guaranteed to make you lose money. I went full roast mode on them and then explain what like delta hedging and gamma squeezing and all that is in a relatively concise manner. Everyone is so on board with Max Payne. Hypothetically, in a parallel universe much like our own, in which this is also not financial advice. But for the sake of argument, let's assume that in this hypothetical parallel universe, all of retail sold at the money puts and bought at the money calls. Max Payne would work reverse of what we've come to learn it to do. Because if all Max Payne is finding the sweet spot where most of retail loses their money, then by those who are buying puts, which in this case would be a mix of retail and institutions, if you were to saturate that side of the option spectrum, then market makers as well as other institutional parties would push the price away from those puts. Well, if they're pushing it away from the puts, that means that it would go up. That's the cool thing about the market, is it works both ways. But no, nobody wants to talk about that. Everyone wants to bitch, moan, and cry about things that are out of our control. The only thing evil about options is the market makers who are also hedge funds rolling them profit. Yeah, you could phrase it that way, but it's like tax codes. Like, everybody wants to hate on corporations for getting away with, tax evasion or not paying taxes. Objectively speaking, it's not the corporation's fault. It's the willy-nilly, piss-poor ways of actually articulating how taxes work, which is all government. So, but if you, an individual, learn how to use tax codes to your advantage, the same way that corporations do, Lou has a deal to expunge his record clean by making his people sell low. I don't know who his people are, and I don't really care. But I love how people are just now bringing up that he's a convicted felon after that being known for at least 9 months. Is AMC pattern head and shoulders? Depends what time frame you're looking at. On the short term, you could label it as that. Here's your shoulder, neckline, head. But, that's just within the past 30 minutes. But if you zoom out, it's actually an inverse head and shoulders. Here's your head, shoulder, neckline. And that is why you have to be careful with cognitive biases inside of TA patterns. So what on the felon stuff? Convicted fraud. It's hard to pass up info on AMC, but just stop clicking his videos. It's not even that it's info. It's just that it's literally not. Like there has never been a fucking video from Lou that has any evidence or documents or anything. Like, he records his video straight from his phone and then uploads it. Like, no editing, no nothing. There's no anything to be like, hey, here's my claim, and here's this supporting evidence that supports my claim, and here's my thesis, here's my conclusion. Post. No, it's just, hey, what's going on, all you crazy trans method motherfuckers? And then that's it. He's entertaining. I will give him that. It's fucking cute and comical. But substance, though. Substance. 0. Hell, if y'all want to bitch about YouTubers, let's hear your opinions on Al from Boston. See, the worst part about that is that he was bringing probably the most actionable information that most YouTubers have brought to the table. And then that happened. Yeah, pretty fucked. There's not really much you can say on it. I don't know if you gave your opinion or anything, but what's your thoughts on the Russia-Ukraine situation and how could it affect the U.S. economy? Well, we already have sanctions being tightened on Russia. If something... Hold on, I gotta move this. If something were to happen, though, like full-on military engagement and some form of invasion, the markets would be affected. And then, God forbid, China tries to do something with Taiwan. Because of that relationship between them and Russia, yeah, you would definitely see some economic spillover take place. Yeah. Pretty much any ETFs related to the military sector would probably go up.
Come on, bitch. 99 cents membership. Get it now. Come on, bitch. Please help me. Astro's kidnapped me, so send me some help, please. I'm not joking. Please. And super chat me too. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
There is nothing more constipating than knowing that hundreds of people are waiting for you to get back from shitting. Astro, portable bidet or not? No. Did you wipe that? No, it was a phantom shit. No need for wipe. When do those asshats, aka the Fed, have a conversation in the closet? 11:30? I don't know, actually. Oh, come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Haven't seen Astro go buck wild in months. We're just waiting for the move, man. Like, I don't want to be disingenuous with anything I do, but especially when, I take pride with the channel and my work and yada, 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 yada. Like, I don't want to contrive, reactions of hype if it's not worthwhile. If the thing that I'm getting hyped over is not worthwhile. Serious question, and understand if you don't want to answer this live. Thoughts on extreme gains. He comes out of nowhere and is calling for like $6 or some shit. I personally think he is out to lunch. So I think he's a good guy. My only complaint is a lot of what he's doing is what I started, almost a year ago. And for any of the OGs, you probably remember that was my claim to fame. I don't want to say he's copying my work. The thing that I do take some appreciation in is that I think his call for $6 is the same way that I had a call for the next move up when we were sitting at like the 50 to 60 range. And the thing that I fucked up when I was calling for that was I was taking the fractal that we were repeating for weeks and assuming that meant it would go up, like it was forming this singularity that I thought would push it up, in which case it went down because it approached that singularity. He's doing the same thing, but on the downside. So whenever he thinks that the move to $6 starts or would happen is when you would see that massive reversal. So the lesson that I learned back in July and August is the lesson that he should be learning from, assuming that is what happens, just in the opposite manner. So instead of going all the way down to $6, it would flip and go all the way up. But I don't really follow him that much. The complexities of this thing that we're all in, and the complexities of those complexities, forget analysis. People, even myself still, are struggling to understand what is at play here. And then everything curtails off of that. So, sentiment and predictions and just overall zeitgeist is so disjointed and exponentially confusing. Amy really wants to move, though. It's pretty much contingent upon the major indices. Like, something that I always pay attention to, and I don't know if anybody else does this or not, but there's like a multiplier at play here. You'll see, you have a lot of this. It's called pegging, and it's kind of funny, but this pegging situation between a particular stock and a benchmark indice happen all the time, and that's market makers and institutions hedging and whatnot. When you see price action mirror itself across different stock, you think it's 1-to-1, but in my head, the way that I'm judging the urgency of a particular position between something like AMC and the SPY is, if the SPY goes up by 0.5% and AMC goes up 0.25%, then you have a 2-to-1 ratio, technically. SPY's going up 0.5%, AMC's going up 1/4, so AMC's moving by 0.5% upward. It could be different going down. AMC could go down, or the SPY could go down 0.5% and AMC would go down 0.5%. So you have this ratio going on between how market makers and institutions are navigating their benchmarks, which are the indices. When you see something like AMC jump the way it does based off of SPY having just a little bit of movement, that's a big sign that there is a bunch of pressure building up for upward movement. So that's something to always account for. Insert pegging joke here. Yeah. I think we can hit 22.5 by tomorrow. I could see that. I mean, that's, roughly a 15% move, but everything is set up for that. It's just about when. If SPY goes down 0.5%, Amy goes down 11%. That's just history. Yeah. But that relationship is changing. So remember seeing DD on Superstonk months ago about option expirations and clearing. They stated the holiday Monday after monthly exposed. Oh yeah. There was a God, I can't remember the guy's name. I think Matthew? What's his name? He was on a space call a couple weeks ago, and he was explaining that something with the CBOE calendar. If the markets were closed, it caused a lagging effect between futures and equities or stock. That's something that I factored into my work a while ago. I never thought of it or knew of it like that. I had assumed though that there was some residual frictional force at play based on what futures were doing and what equities were doing. You know, if you have futures for IWM or the SPY even, if futures go up by, and this is not normal, this is just for numbers' sake, if futures go up by 10% while the markets are closed over the weekend, but then you also have a holiday for that Monday, you have a lot of residual forces going on between options, derivatives of futures, as well as other equity-based derivatives such as swaps. And you can't catch up in the equities market for that movement until the equity market opens. So that would be Tuesday. That's 3 full days, 3.5 maybe if you want to consider it that, where the equities are lagging behind the futures. So when the equities market does open, after being closed longer than normal, then if you have the right combination of settlement dates or just any financial event, the influx of buying activity that comes from the market's opening to catch up with futures can cause enough movement that you would begin to push things. You'd be getting the snowball rolling. And that's what we saw happen back in May and June with Memorial Day, I believe. When do you think the cost to borrow will start to rise significantly so that eventually some shorts will start to cover? Or do you think the utilization being at 100% is just some data BS? It's a reactionary thing. I've got a bunch of videos about the securities lending market that you should look into. But there's an ebb and flow within the securities lending market, just like that of the stock market. And just because utilization goes to 100% doesn't mean that pressure is being applied immediately. You have settlement dates that relate to this, but also you have to have more demand from the shorting market to push that cost to borrow up. You're at the fringe of having cost to borrow rise. It's very asymptotic, or asymptopic. I don't remember. If you're familiar with, I guess, basic calculus, I think is where that originates from. You'll know what I'm talking about. But you have this point on a chart where you approach zero, but you never touch it, or it's a limit in simpler terms. And that's kind of what cost to borrow is, just in the opposite direction. So we're at the fringe of really becoming asymptotic, but you have to have that little incremental force push it beyond that threshold, and then you'll see cost to borrow go exponential. What are your takes on JP and Virtue closing accounts? Big deal Twitters make. Yeah, no, that is a big deal. Goosey brought it up to me. That is a big deal. Those are two very key market participants who are no longer a part of the NSCC. Makes you wonder how much else of the modern world is littered in corruption. Yeah, man, just watch House of Cards. Watch House of Cards and you'll connect all the dots. What are your thoughts on the 2 members leaving the DTCC? Yeah, no, it's fucking huge. That means that there's systemic shifts going on. It's like tectonic plates. Did you see they're asking people about their AMC cell number? It's not even his fucking business, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, that's just none of your business. It's none of your business. If people want to share on their own, great. But don't initiate that. That's just so stupidly crass and childish. Yo, broski got up late. How's our slut Amy doing? Pretty good. It's basically been accumulation all day. And it looks like we're testing an LPS on the 1 minute, and we're up 0.5%, but I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. Yeah, this thing's ready to pop. That's the cock and ball right there. You got your first ball, you got your second ball, and then you got your scrote line right here at the next resistance. Where did your Astro name originate from? Story time. So my dad had this dog named Astro from the Jetsons, if I recall correctly, that he had growing up, and that was his best friend as a kid. And my dad has always been my best friend, and I've always been his. And back when I was like 11 or 12 years old, I needed a new alias, so I figured what better way to do that than Astro, just to kind of pay homage to that. And it just stuck. Bro, it's so endearing when people try to throw insults my way by saying, oh, his name's Astro, he's obviously he's a paid hedgie trying to make money off of the ape lingo. Like, Tristan in the chat has known me since I was 12. He knew me when I came up with that name. I've been Astro for over a decade now. What are your thoughts of AMC YouTuber Thomas James? I don't know. Let's find out.
Welcome back to the channel.
Yep. This is clickbait as fuck. Pretty generic everything. $50 trillion SEC lawsuit, synthetic shorting, AMC stock short squeeze update. Yep, this sounds clickbait as fuck.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about the $50 trillion lawsuit against the SEC. So stay tuned and let's make some money.
Okay, at least he's sort of giving credit.
Trading not only on the OTC markets, but also on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ as well. Even back
He just said the same thing 6 times. Sam, are you following Trey Hill? Yeah, I love him. He's a fucking really smart dude.
Welcome to the church, motherfuckers!
Vortex is changing the way they present short interest, even give an example on AMC.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm going to go over that later. It's pretty dope, actually. What about extreme gains? He's kind of using your fractal theory. I like to think he came across that organically. I've seen him say that he's watched my stuff for a while, but I don't want to be the guy that says, oh, he stole my shit, and then be a complete cunt about it on the internet. So I'd rather invoke my ability to compromise and not be a cunt. Not much to gain by looking like a whiny bitch, so tip of the hat for being big enough to say that. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's just, it was, fuck, Colin on Twitter said, like, some of y'all don't know how to clap for others. That really fucking resonated with me, because I was taught as a kid to applaud those who do better and then try to get to their level, instead of being a complete cunt and having so much hatred and resentment because someone did something before you or better than you or whatever. And then, woe is me, and then gaslight. It's like, why would you do that? If you think that you're worth that, then you would have done it. And if you have any sense of optimism within yourself, you would then realize that you can do it. But to like point your finger and just be an absolute child is the worst reflection you could give of yourself, let alone your own work. No one knows how to compromise in this community, and no one knows how to clap for someone in this community, and it's really fucking sad.
Welcome to the church, motherfuckers!
Sent you.
Dab 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 if you like DILFs.
Goose, you're moving out! I can't believe Activision got Russia and Ukraine to do a COD 2022 teaser. That's a fucking good one. I just want something to happen. This is the most boring fucking market I've ever seen in my life. Give me a fucking break, dude. Come on, do something. I want the poke with a stick. Rob, yes. Yep. The fuck just happened to my camera? God damn you. Who the fuck is this idiot? I've seen the secret real share price accounting ledger for AMC, and the real price is currently $32,000 per share. If someone says they're selling it, who the fuck are you? What? What? The fuck is this? Real price, elite level only. What? That's not how. This is not how finance works. Okay, so a blue background that doesn't match the color scheme of Weeble's UI, but okay, we'll go with it. What the fucking shit, dude? Real price, yep. What the fuck? Who at this like corporate meeting for user interface and user experience design was like, yep, we'll make the name of this label real price, elite level only. Oh, and it'll completely contradict the rest of the UI flow. We have this column right here for the label of the data we're presenting. And then we're going to make this giant column that completely bombards everything else and makes its own layout. Are you fucking... Dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. You can't be fucking serious. Dude, why? Let's do some forensic analysis of this. I want to see if the pixels line up on this, Fuck. I want to see if the pixels line up on the layout here. So vertically it's lining up. Now let's see if it matches here. I think this is actually off by a pixel. Yeah, the vertical spacing is off by a pixel. And on top of that, there would be no... God damn. You would have a label. If you were an actual, what do you call it? When you're a UI designer or you're working with any UI framework, you have this grid row column or row column UI design approach. So you have column 1 and column 2, row 1, 2, 3, technically 4. You have a label, which is also a nested column for your label, and then you have the value. So column 1, column 2, under column 1, column 2. So 1 and 2. So this is the flow you have working here, and this is, if this is apparently Weeble like he claims, this would not pass QA. This goes against every convention of user interface design, and this is a multi-million, if not billion-dollar company that is Weeble. You would have a label here. This value of elite only would be put here because that's your design flow. So you have label, data, label, data. And then you have this stupidly pompous sounding jerk off lie show up, and it doesn't even follow the flow of the design. And last time I checked, Weeble adds a $sign to any of these values. So yeah, right. Elite level Discord for elites only. Yeah. I've been doing this for a long time, he says. I don't even think this is you. Interesting. I fucking hate the internet. Astro, I have an elite level question. Do I go to the gym to get jacked or jack off? Help. I don't know, man. You should ask the Giga Chad who knows the real price of AMC from a bullshit Weeble screenshot. I just lost some elite level brain cells. Yeah, true. It's just so fucking depressing to see this type of shit because, like, this is what just defies logic. And then you have people who don't know better because they haven't been in this long enough who fall for it. And now the collective, the way people come off collectively is ignorant and stupid and childish, and like that's what you create when these stupid fucking screenshots just float around like, oh, holy lordy, it's $32,000 a share. Oh my lord of God, scream for the hills. It's like UFO footage, man, or like footage of a ghost on video, like these fucking super pixelated bullshit quality pieces of evidence. Every time. I bought 100 Apple calls for a 175 strike this week's expiration. That's only a 3% move. Could easily be a 10K day. Only 99-cent members are certified to be in the elite level group. I might change the sub or the membership category to that. Professor Astra, did you give the rose to the Mrs. Professor? Of course. True elites buy at peasant price and sell at elite price. Gigabrain, yep, because that's how money works. That's real arbitrage right there. Fucking socioeconomic class arbitrage brought to you by Weeble. So yeah, I'm gonna go fucking chill out for a bit and get some food in my stomach because I'm starving. Follow me on Twitter at @thatguyastro. Like, sub, fondle my balls, the usual. I'm gonna go fuck off for a bit. Love y'all.